Hey everybody, how's it going? John Fuhrhelm with In Your Phase Media. We're here with another Wednesday live hobby stream. Oh boy, I'm excited for tonight. We're going to finish off the build of the Skorpekh Lord. Well, I sure hope we are. I'm going to push hard. We're going to build fast. I think we can. I did a few things in between. Now, let me just take care of some business here. Go set that timer. I'm not going to start it quite yet, so let me catch you up. So let me switch over to the old desk cam real quick. There we are. So you see the Skorpekh Lord is no longer gray plastic. So in the previous weeks, of course, we went ahead and drilled all the holes for the wire pathways. Last week, if you were with me, I went ahead and carved out the inside of his chest cavity so that we've got some nice holes there. Where's that? There we go. You can see where we get some light going through there, as well as carving out the inside of his head, where we're going to get some light right through those eye sockets. Come on, you can do it. There they are. And there. So, okay. And finally, put him back. I'm going to disturb his layout. It's going to help me build him. So then we went ahead and did that. Now, just to speed things up for tonight, I went ahead and assembled the base. And nothing too complicated going on there, actually. So if you remember, we're using these Evan Designs switches for the single 2032 battery. It's just got a little push button switch. And so as you can see, all I did was take those, 3 of them, glue it just with some crazy glue, pointed outward so I could get the battery in and out still pretty easily. And then I went ahead and drilled a hole for the switch and plopped that in place with some crazy glue as well. I did twist the wires, and I've got my 3 sets of wires coming out in 3 directions ready to run everything else. Other than that, I opened up a little bit of a hole here. I actually missed, so I had to just kind of carve it to the right place, and that's where we're going to run the wires up through the base. So we do have the base ready to go as far as that goes. We got all the pieces, and so without further ado, let's drive right into this build. We're going to start the timer. Boom. Okay, let's do this. And we are going to jump to the desk zoom scene there. We've got a little desk macro that we might pull out later too. Oh yeah, look at that. In fact, we'll desk macro things just for a minute here so you can see what we're starting with. And then we're going to back. Okay, let's do this. So the first thing that, if you remember last week, we did go ahead and put these fiber optics in place. And when I painted it, all I did was put some tape around there. I just used the basic Tamiya masking tape there and taped those off while I sprayed it. Used some actual Orchard Supply hardware primer. I know that Orchard Supply went out of business a couple years ago, but they did have the best primer ever. And so I bought a huge stash when they were going out of business. I wish I had bought more. Down to 2 cans. Used one of the cans on the Skorpekh Lord here. So see how that goes. And then as a little bonus, I got this bead. And this thing's kind of cool. It has little flecks of like glowing material in it. I'm going to see if I can attach that to the end. Oh, there's a little flaw in it. Interesting. So that's the part that I'll try to put against the light. Maybe the glue will stick and bind to that little rough spot a little better. Good thing I spotted that. Can't really see that with my eye, but definitely can see it when we zoom in. So we're going to install some lights. We have here the 3-sync Pico lights. These are the ones that we're going to do the breathing effect with. We have our Pico green. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot, guys. Sorry. So I reversed the camera so it looks like, point of view cam. Everybody likes point of view cam, right? But however, since that does reverse the cam, it makes all the reading backwards. Oh. Let's see if I hold it up to this one. Is it reversed? Let's see here. Go to the face scene real quick. No, that's a reversed camera too. Oh, there's nothing to do about it. No wonder I have such a hard time when I look at the screen and try to move things around. Okay, well, anyways, that's what shouldn't stop you from reading it. We got these two flashers. These are what we're going to install first. These are going into the gun. And so here's the thing is ultimately I have to run these back through here. And here's kind of why I wanted this big old slit. Because I got these big effect things. But if I can just, slot them in like that. Oh, yeah, see, so we're going to fit through there without an issue. Perfect. That allows me to put the wires into the piece first and not have to worry about anything else. So let's get this wire into the gun. We're actually going to get two of them into that little area of the gun. You'll remember we drilled out these holes in the back. We might have to jump into the old desk macro. That to focus. Oh yeah, look at it. So okay, so there's the holes we drilled right back there. And if you remember, those are two holes coming in at two different angles to get us into this center area. And that's where we're going to try and get those LEDs to stop. Okay, so let's go back. It's large. And let's do this. Okay. So the first one, probably... Oh, and we got to run it through here as well. I almost forgot about that part. Oof, that's almost the extra challenge. Well, the first one can go pretty straight in, I think. Is that the case? Get this on camera, guys. Now it seems I want to come in through here. I mean, just going straight in isn't bad. And then just kind of wrap it around, maybe? That might be a better choice. Coming in. And then I have to just push it. I think a toothpick will let me do that. Oh. I would be amazed if that's the only tool I really didn't prepare here is a toothpick. Prepared. Oh, no problem. In the old hobby room, everything is within arm's reach. And we will get 3 toothpicks to go through the evening. And we'll just grab a few Q-tips while we're at it. And a couple brushes. There. Since I had to grab the tray o stuff, we might as well get all the stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's get this thing into the gun. Okay, so ideally I'm bringing it through here, and then we're making that corner. So let's see if we can just get that to... Oh, there we go. In, like, no problem. All it took was a little bend in the wire to get it to thread in. Now the tricky part, getting the second one to go in. And get that on the camera for you guys. And here we go. Right on in there. Gonna slide it in, slide it in. Okay. Oh, very nice. Okay, so we've got both of those in there. That worked out pretty well. And let's twist some wires. Twist those. Just keep twisting. Might as well just keep twisting. Boy, tempting to do something motorized here, but I think it's better if we just do this by hand. Keep on twisting. Keep on twisting. Big shout out to my chat monkey. Thank you, chat monkey, for responding to everybody in the chats there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate your support and following me through this series of builds. Again, this is going to be should be the last build. How far are we in? 53? Yeah, gonna be the last episode of this build. Oh, yeah, we're starting to get a pretty good twist on those wires. And then next week, I'm going to start the planning of lighting up and building the Silent King. We're going to continue on with the Necrons. And then I actually ordered that new piece of Necron terrain. So, oof, that probably is what's going to happen on the backside of the Silent King. I think probably I'll carry me out through the year. We'll see how many weeks the Silent King goes. Obviously, it's a little more complex build than this one. But I realized last week that the mic did not do a very good job of, oh yeah, see, those came back out, of filtering the sound of my drill and my grinder. Well, the grinder. The drill, it did a pretty good job, but not of the Dremel tool. So because of that, I'm probably going to do most of the work with the Dremel offline. So I'll just maybe do like a video of it that I play back real quick. I'm doing fast forward. So that way you don't have to watch me like an hour of hollowing stuff out. So I'm just gonna wrap this wire around that a few times. Now, I probably will end up running the wire along there, but I don't know how much I need to do that with. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it, and I want to see. Yeah, see, that already pulled the wire back. I'm really concerned about the wire pulling back on the inside there. I do have to get those glued in place inside of there. Get this on the camera for you. Okay, so push that in. I want those lights to land like right in the center of the fiber optic, ideally. Yeah, I think that one's looking pretty good. So I'm going to hold that right there. And I'm going to take a little drop of the thin crazy glue here. And let's see if we can get that to just kind of behave. If life is good, it'll come right in. Let's do that over the old glue mat. Make sure we don't squirt it out. Oof. Well, that's why we got these sharp pokey things. There we go. Open that up. Get a little bead out. Now I need a piece of junk paper. I'll just use this piece of plastic. Of course, the first bit of glue might just squirt out. Oof. Really? Ah! Okay, we have thin glue failure here. This is not a problem. We do have the thick glue handy. I wasn't planning on using that for this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got a brand new bottle of thin over here. Perfect. Yep, brand spanking new. Okay, so we're back in the money. So let's see if we can get that little drop to land right. You see that? Get in close. Get that to drop right in there. Oh, it missed. You see where it wicked to? Oh. Literally glued the other side. Okay, so I think both are stuck at this minute, as is my finger. Pretty sure my finger is stuck in there. Am I glued? Oh, I'm not glued, okay. That's good. Let's see if this one is not. Nope, neither one of those is glued. So the glue wicked all the way around the outside there. None of it went down where I wanted it. Oh, that was uncool. Okay, so try to push this a little more in. And guess I go to the thick glue. For the thick, I'm going to put that over on this piece of plastic, a big dollop of it. try to get that in place with the toothpick. Oh. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that's a good positioning. Okay, so one more time. Get those lights right where we want them. Get a nice dollop of glue. And with the toothpick, oh, and see, as soon as I did that, it wicked some of the thin glue in from the outside. Just like I originally. Okay, nice. Little push. About as good as that gets as well. And let's get another dollop of glue on the end of the toothpick. Okay, I'm just going to put it right down in. Oh, get a little more. There we go. Build. Glue. And I just really want it to kind of hold the wire in place. Blow to kind of open it back up. So I want everything glued, but I don't want it like closed necessarily. Okay, so whew, that's pretty good. Let's double check the lighting. We probably should have done that all along. Come here to the other end. And there's some red. We'll just twist these real quick. Further in for you. And then we will do the same this side. Okay, and let's touch that to some power. See what happens. Hopefully something happens. Oh, there we go. I saw it. I saw it. So there we go. Getting the bit of an energy effect in there. And we're getting that off the end of the fiber optic there. That's of course going to go in. Nice. Okay, so that's all working. First set of lights in place. Let's move on to the claw here. I think this is another good sub-assembly to work on. So we got that. And I think we're going to go again pretty easy on this one. We're just going to come in through this hole. I'm going to glue this piece in place. So first thing, let's clean this piece up a little. I'm going to use the dull knife. Let's put the glue on cap on. Okay, so I'm going to scrape the bottom there where I'm going to actually be gluing it. Good seal. And inside of here, the mating area also to be glued. Okay. So for that, we're going to use, where are they? So this is our normal flash. There it is. We have our flickering red. One of these flickering reds out. There it is. And we'll get ourselves a flickering blue. There we go. Nice. Oops. Okay, so we're going to take both of those and they're just going to both go through that same hole. Don't know if I can get them through the same hole at the same time, so let's see what we got here. So we got that hole. Yeah, so we're going to thread them through one at a time. Actually coming through from the outside here. So first we'll run that one in. Come on. Oh, not quite clear. Let me grab the drill. No, don't worry. I'm not going to sit here for 7 hours drilling on the darn thing. We're just going to quickly run a drill through there to open that up. And let's go. This probably closed up a little when I ran the primer in there. Okay. That drill away. Okay, so there we go. Let's open that hole back up, and let's get those through there. One. And there's two. Now we're going to twist them together. Okay, very nice. Twist, twist, twist. Those wires neat. And again, we'll just twist this back all the way. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Okay, here we go. And just keep twisting those wires. Yeah, twist, 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 twist. At some point, they get to where you can spin them. There we go. Got the spin going. Just got to get enough grip to get that spin on them. Okay. And the Q-tips. Now, these ones again, we'll take this far end and we'll twist those together real quick. Give it a quick power test. Sorry, center here. Move the camera a little closer to. Actually, that worked out well. Hide the camera. Ooh, look at that. This is, I seem to be working right about here, anyways. Okay, so that worked out. Let's do and touch that to the power real quick. See what happens. Hopefully, something happens. Ooh, what do we got? Oh, the reds came apart. The reds never got twisted. Go. Again, sorry, not paying attention to the chat. Shout out to my chat monkey who is paying attention to the chat as I power through this build. Oh, there we go. And you see it? There's our little flickering power fist effect. Okay, let's get that glued in place to the claw. Let's see. Let's I want that more out though, right? Yeah, like that. It's like coming out into the palm. That wire. I thought we relieved this area right here for that wire to come through there. And clear into the palm. A little too much sticking out. I think we need to break that down a little bit. So we're just going to very carefully take the knife here, using the dull knife away from me. Just going to lower this side so the wire can run out a little better. Oh, see? Look at that. camera is in the right spot now. It's like the natural location when I have my elbows rested. Okay, so we'll run that out there. And then we'll fit those in. Let's see. Yes, we need a little more relief on this side too. Probably need just to take the back of that finger or whatever that is off. And again, create a little channel right here. Wire to come through. Ooh, yeah. Maybe that'll make a nice, where the plastic's white will actually be a nice backdrop for where the LED will end up. Okay, so let's see how that fits now. Plastic, way go. Yeah, that is gonna work. Too thick. That where it belongs. We pull the wire back. Let's see, just a hair. Come on, you can go. Oops. Wow. Not that secure. I think we need to twist these ends even more together. I like the feel of that. Did not like the feel of that, so not going to twist that anymore. I'm going to break the LEDs. Well, at this stage, I could replace them pretty easily, but don't want to break them. Okay, so that's landing pretty good in that palm. Oh, yeah, right there. Right there is the spot. Okay, so now we're going to have to get some glue in there. And I think we're just going to stick with thick, crazy glue in this case. I'm going to put a dollop in the middle. I'm not real big on building models with the crazy glue, as you know, but sometimes, in this case, it definitely is the right choice. We'll see if we use a little bit of plastic cement, some other parts of the build. Cement just gives you, a better bond and more working time most of the time. That went together nicely. Okay, so let's double check that we still have power. Shape that'll facilitate testing. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice flicker going on. Power effect in the fist. Okay, and I'm gonna probably do some kind of lens on there. That's a good place for a dollop. Just the tiniest dollop of hot melt glue. Right there. Boom. It. That'll create a little protective lens over that. Yeah, see that? Camera focus. You can do it, camera. Okay, so now we've got the LED glued into the palm very nicely. And one more test over here. Drop that in. And yeah, that lens is going to work just fine. Okay, so there we go. We got now the fist and the gun built. Time to go to work on the chest. And for that, we've got this 3 sync Pico breathing effect. Again, here's the backwards text. You guys thought I was left-handed because of the way the video is. Nope, just reverse camera. Go. Okay. So we're going to put one of these into the head and two of these into the chest. Okay. So I think we'll start down here, about there. We'll start twisting. Yeah. Good rhythm going on the twist here. Three wires is actually a little easier than it's been with the two. Okay, so there we go. A nice little twist on that, and then we'll bring two that happen to have come out a little shorter. Bring those forward. And those are going to go into the chest area, right? Put one of those pretty much in the center of each of those chest cavities, like that. And then we're going to run one right up into the head and try to sink it right behind those eyes. Okay? So let's, without further ado, this is a one-time shot. We get this right now, and all is wonderful. Get a little bit of glue, get that focus for you. I'm going to pump that face full of some glue. A little too much. A little too much came out through the eyes. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy looking. Oh, that's so creepy. Stretchy, stringy eyes. Oh, if you can't see that, you're happy. Okay, so I'll be able to clean that up on the backside anyways. Not too worried about that. But let's get that first LED right into that glue that's in the head. Just let that cool. See that? Just stuck right in there. Okay, now I'm going to try and get a little more glue into the cavity without it falling off. This is going to be tricky. Not sure. Come on. Yeah. Come on. And toothpick action. End up a little kind of excess glow out the back, but I think I got a plan for that. Okay. So there we are. First into the head. We can, I think that's an easy wire connection. We can just test that real quick. Down here. Oh, I see. I'm a little off screen with that. I'm sorry. But we can see the eyes. Oh, yeah. That's going to look cool. Okay, so we got the head done. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now time to do the chest. Again, a little bit of a tricky one because I don't want to get an excess of glue, but we got to get it into all the spots, and then we'll stick the lights in the middle. So, that's how it goes. We got one shot only. Do this. Just letting it flow. Gently fill that in, no pressure. Don't want it to squeeze out the other side too badly. Yeah, it's just flowing on its own over there. I do want to cover all the rib holes. There we go. And this direction as well. All right there. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's get those lights in there. Okay, it's the nerve-wracking part. This is it. This is the make or break of this build. Get these lights in the right position. Let me steady my hands. Spread just right on those wires. Okay, you see what's going on? Come on, camera, focus. There it is. You know what? Here we go. We got just a moment before this goes bigger. We're gonna go desk macro mode. There we are. Do not fail me now. I think that's about as good as we get. Hey, you guys ready? Here we go. Make or break. Goes right into the right spots, right in the ribs. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on. Okay, now just let it cool. That looks. Got a little bit of a minute. Still move things around. This one. A little here. And this one we're going to move down just a hair. More heat. Now, allowing for just a little more adjustment. Here we are. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that position. Let's double check how it looks. This is the big one. Come on. We're all tangled up here. Okay, here we go. Gonna put a little hook in the end of these wires. Kind of catch on the two that I've hooked already down there. There. Come on. We'll just pinch it. Okay, I want to look at this effect for a minute. Major part of the model complete. Oh, that's it. We're just going to twist them. Stupid things. There I go, trying to be quick and easy and end up taking longer than just doing it the right way. So, go there. And we'll here. Right. There we go. Saw that, right? Saw that. We saw light for 1 second. There is light. Light will happen. I believe in the light. Okay, there it is. Now, yeah, we've got that face. Let's grab the head with our tweezers here. What do you think? Oh, yeah. Is that looking super pimp or what? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, we've got all of the lights in place, in play, and now it's just a matter of slapping this pretty simple model together. It's actually all push fit, believe it or not. And so the model itself is pretty simple. Okay, so there we go. Now, all we got to do is basically build the model with all the wires running out the bottom. And once they're all kind of running out the bottom, we will thread those through the slot, attach it to the base, and call it a day. Now, whoops. Oh, man. Oh, no. Did I really screw up that bad? Ah, damn it. You guys missed that, huh? Oh, man. I'm the worst. We were going to run the wire up through this stupid leg that I drilled out. Oh, man. Well, that is not happening now. That is completely not happening. Oof. That's a major foobar, John. I got so excited on the build that I put all these together. I didn't even run the damn wires. Every wire was supposed to run through this leg before it went up there. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Last ninth hour change in plans. We're still going to make this work. Too funny. Okay. Hey, hey, no laughing in the peanut gallery. Okay, so we're still going to build it, and I guess we're just going to have to kind of run the wire down here. We'll probably end up cutting a trough in, or I'll bring it down the backside, cut a trough. We'll see how it goes. Okay, well, we're still going to make it work. It's not going to be as clean a wiring as I had wanted and should have had. Oh, man, I'm really bummed that we messed that up. I am really bummed that we messed that up. Ugh. Let's see. How much recovery? Well, I'm definitely not unwiring like all the LEDs, so it is what it is. So when you guys build yours, definitely don't forget that last critical step of running the wires through the leg. Hi, Minky Mouse. Okay. Let's start by attaching the arms. I think they start going into the back here. So we'll take the gun. And yeah, it goes like right there. And then that's going to run out the back. So we're going to run a bunch of this wire. We're just going to go ahead and wrap it. Wow, really? Those just both come out? Well, okay, I guess these are going to run through the leg. one goes through the leg. That way you'll see at least what the intention was there. Let's back off from the super zoom and go to here. Oh my god. So as intended, we were going to run all the wires through this leg, and now that these have popped loose, I guess I didn't set the glue right. I can run that through, and then pretty simply you just kind of back it off, and now we can, that's why I blew the knee out. So now we can come back through this direction. And there we are, coming out over there. Let's get the, I want to kink the wire. We'll just tease it in both directions. There we go. So now it's still moving very nicely. Okay. And finally, we'll do one last bend. Coming up through the leg here. Okay, very nice. Let's see how much leeway we need. Probably most of it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, because we're going to bring this leg, basically comes into the back right here. So we're going to attach it right there. So let's get a dollop of the medium glue. And we'll just, yeah, not a big fan of doing that. In this case, these are push fit models anyways. They literally don't even need the glue. I'm going to slide a little glue on the bottom, though, there, too. In that little cod piece area. And be quick. So, slide, slide, slide. Go, go, go. Push fit, mofo. And you are push fitted. You are officially push fitted. Okay, and as we were working on this gun here, that wire will come out to about that spot and then wrap around this thing a few times. So let's get those lights back into the holes where they belong once again. I'm getting good at doing this with these two lights. Toothpick. Make that corner. Come on. Go, go, gadget. LED, darn it. A little more bend in that bottom one at the tip. You see the glue that's still on them. Ugh. Okay, so let's do this. That in there. One around the corner. Yeah, yeah. Are we in? Are you in? Okay, well, I think we're pretty good. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now we're good. Okay, so that was a super duper fail with the crazy glue in there. Not real happy with how that turned out. Let's see if we can power inject some hot melt glue into that hole. Oh, it squirted out the other side. Get a melty ring on this side. And let's secure those in place like we originally should have by wrapping around this, but we do have to make it down the length. So we'll actually put a couple coils in the corner there to stabilize it. And just kind of wrap that wire till it lands in the right spot. And what do we see? Oh, need a little more wrap. How's that? Put that in the front. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, that'll work. Right? That'll work. Pretty good. Probably could have threaded just a hair more up. Actually, I'll use, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll thread just a bit more in just to create the right slack for this thing. Not exactly sure where the end of this goes, but I suspect it has a connection point right there on the spine. Yep, that's it. Okay, cool. So we just run a little more of this wire slack. We do it on time. 13 minutes? Oof, I think we're still good. We're still going to be okay. Now, unfortunately, the other wires are not going to be as clean as that one. But will still be not in bad shape. So this one, gonna run. Ooh, let's see. Those definitely come through the middle. I guess it all has to come through the middle. So we're bend the wire like that. Bring that head up. Okay, so yeah, bring that into this side. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So let's glue this arm in place. We like where it is, so just a little dollop of the thick down in the hole, one on the pad. And boom. Okay, so that is fully in place. Let's get this other arm that somehow goes over here as well. Let's see, I think it just... You know what? That's why we have my other Skorpekh Lord. Where are you, Skorpekh Lord? Okay, here we got the Skorpekh Lord. Yeah, so I guess it actually is kind of like the front half, kind of like that is how this blade goes in. You see I've already taken that piece out. Now I'm not sure how that's going to fit with what we've done in the chest here, so I think it's best if I just clip this whole extra piece off. And because of that, we'll clean off the back of this so we get a real good bite with that glue. And we'll clean off the face of this real quick. You just scrape it, score it a little. Put a nice fat dollop of glue there. And we'll get this in place. The chest is really going to hold it, so I'm not super worried. Yeah. And in fact, I can't even put it in place, so we're ready to drop the chest in. So let's get the other arm all in and wired in. So here we are with this one. And yeah, seems pretty straightforward. So we'll just kind of do that wrap thing again. More twist on those wires. Okay, that's a nice fat dollop of glue. I'm going to put another one here because I'm about to assemble this chest anyways. There, a little through here. Those are all the points of contact, I hope. Okay, so this is kind of like build mode now. That's why I prefer use model glue at all times. There we go. Got it in place. Hold this kind of approximately where it belongs. Not too worried about that. Yikes. A little worried about that. So let's get this chest in here. Because I think in the end. Ooh. Okay, so wiring here. Running the wire is a little tricky, but I think we're going to come out the bottom. Still the best place, but I need enough for the head up top, so we'll just kind of tuck some wires in here. I'm just shoving them in place. Going quick. Slam, bam, slam, bam. Flat head back. That's ready. Let's put that in. I know the other arm isn't there. Get it in place. Just kind of wiggle itself in. Good. It's good. This wire come backward. It looks otherwise good. Okay, just holding the glue for a minute. Yeah, all that stuff. Looking good. Looking good. Clean up some of these glue hairs here. Yeah, that's not the only one. Oh, not bad. Not bad. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. Might go into a little bit of overtime. Hope you'll forgive me if we end up with that. Okay. So got this wire coming in. Got this one coming off the spine. Let's twist those together. Form like a fat dendrite of some kind. I think we can get away with a dendrite or a cable coming off of our Lord here. It's just going to run down. No getting clever about it, I think. I'm just going to run it down. Okay, and so we're going to come out of there. We will neaten some of this up in the back, though. Okay, so now let's get the spine in place. It also has the anchor points for the bottom, and then that's where we're going to attach the head as well. So a few places to put some glue. Got a little that needs to go here. Along that thing. Not sure if this is going to make any contacts. I'll put a drip there. I see some stuff coming into these ones. We're just going to kind of dollop that up a little as well. Okay, I'm not a big fan of crazy glue, but it does get the job done for some of this kind of stuff, and especially areas that just need stick but aren't under stress, like the back of these cables, right? No one's really going to see them. You still want them connected so they don't snag. Oops. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That is looking pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I like what I see here. Now we can get this head attached. And just going to kind of pin it in a little bit high, but not too bad. I think that'll do. Get a nice fat dollop of thick there. Tweezers so my fat fingers don't fully get stuck. Okay. There we go. Oh, damn it. It was stuck. And then I had to give it a push. Come on. Back. That's still. Actually, he's a little better facing on his look. Okay. That's looking pretty tight. Hold that head. I don't want it quite looking down, so we're just going to hold it back a bit. Hairs to bring off. Glue goo. Just be crypt dust. Right? Who's to say? Okay. Come on. I'll put a dollop of the I don't really want to use the accelerator right now because the primer is pretty fresh. And once the primer cures for, a week or two, then it can withstand the accelerator pretty well. But right now, the accelerator will definitely remove primer. So, trying to avoid that. Okay, down to 3 minutes. Okay, rush. Let's get these legs on. And we got a leg here. Yeah. And so we'll just put a dollop of glue on the inside. These are push fit models. They really could get away with. I guess that leg probably goes forward. Yeah, it's got to be this leg, right? Oh, yeah. Sure. This leg. Get in there on that pin. thicker glue takes a minute to set, so you at least get a little bit of working time out of it. Tough. I'm going to clean this pin off a little bit just to make sure I get a good press on the leg. I was not super happy with the press on that other leg. It's not super odious, but it could be better. It is glued. It is glued. I'm going to flow a little of the thin into that joint just to strengthen it since it didn't press all the way. And it'll flow into the joint, not around everywhere else. Which is why I got a Q-tip. Absorb that extra. But it's nice that I can see it wicked all the way around into that joint, so at least that's cared for. And same thing, let's get this leg on. Okay, here we go. See it a little better. Attempt to go, yeah, I'm just going to flow the thin on it as well. Pump that into the joint. Yep, see it flew all the way around. That's the nice thing about the thin, is it'll flow through a joint. You can just clean up the excess. Whoops. Or make a mess. Either way. Either one works. Clean up, make a mess. Okay. Just gonna go straight down. I'm gonna probably mask that with some terrain piece or something. So like some grass or something. It'll hide that wire. So we're pretty well built here. Let's run these wires through the base. Got about 40 seconds left. I feel we're going to go into a little overtime tonight. I hope you guys will bear with me, as we are almost so close done. We'll just finish this build off and then admire lights for a minute. Go. Cut that nice fat slot. So that those components, the flashers and the flickerers through there. So kind of like one at a time is all that's going to really fit. Pull the model into place. Last pieces of flasher to get through there. Come on. A little crowded. Getting a little crowded. Let's see. That last two through, but it's a little effort here. Too bad. There we go. Come on. Last one. In there. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. They're all through. Okay, so all of the components are now below the base. And let's see. We can now attach the model. Oof. Tough, tough. Okay, so we may have to clip some footing elements. Let's see how this goes. This first one, in place, no problem. Okay, let's see if the second one is still clear. We got a little interference with the button. Not a problem. I'm just going to shear the front of this rock off and call it a day on that. Yeah, and a little more. Go back in and hand prime that. Touch it up with a file later. Make it look cool. But for now, that'll get us built. Second foot in the base. Third foot also has some interference with the little rock piece. We'll just put that off right there. Call that a day as well. Boom. Okay, so now we are completely on the base. Let's hook up some wires and look at the effects. Okay, make sure we get the right ones with the right ones and the right wires. Untangled. Okay, so there's that. And what do we got? We've got these two flashers, we got these two flashers, and then we got this single. So these two flashers over here, we're going to attach to this wire. And after the build, what I will be doing is, of course, going back and tucking the wires in, twisting them more, maybe putting a little tape on some of them, and then ultimately gluing them all into the base. Not going to do another episode on this build. Might show off the finished work during the planning episode of the Silent King, which will be next week. My first Silent King episode. Okay. So that is the gun glowing. Let's come in here. This next one twisted in place. And put those up as well. Red to red, black to black. Pretty easy. No electrical engineering needed. As mentioned before, I'm definitely not an electrical engineer. Though did learn to do some electrical schematic stuff as well as printed circuit board layout. I was in college for my drafting degree. Okay, last set of wires. That powers the breathing effect. The chest and the eyes, right? Come on. One wire is steel and one is aluminum, one is copper, one is aluminum, whatever. They're different hardnesses. And so when wires are different stiffnesses, they don't, mutually twist around each other. You get the softer wire will wrap around the firmer wire. That's what happened there. Yikes. Steel, probably. Freaking poked me. The first blood of the series. Yep, look at that. Micro dot of blood. Okay, well, at some point we said there would be blood. I didn't think it would be from the wires. I figured I would stab myself with a knife before that. So there we see our effects all in place. Come on, camera, you can focus. There we go. All right, so we've got the breathing and glowing chest. We've got that flickering power fist going on there. Got this glow in the gun. Now the gun is not actually quite finished. So we got this other piece to slide in here. Our timer has, of course, ran out, but we're going to go for a little bonus overtime here. Okay, so this one, I want it to slide in place, and I'm just going to open that up and put a tiny bit of glue. Let's see how the use the toothpick, get a little bit of this in there, just like right there. I don't really need to hold super strong. I don't want it to slide off either. Okay, so we've got that piece in place, and of course we see the end glowing. But what I wanted to do was get this thing in here. So I'm going to take and clip these fiber optics at just the slightest angle. Okay, come on. I want to clip the thing there. Hard to clip unless you're coming like this, though. So, see that? I don't want to clip the end of the tip. I want to get right in there at an angle. Nice. And do the same on the other side. Now it's a little easier. Flip. Come on. Oh, sloppy. Okay, got it. Okay, that's not too bad. I was hoping for something a little cleaner, but I think it'll work. And now we've got that little sphere. Where's that little sphere? There it is. Attach that to the end, and it doesn't glow much. Not overly impressed. We'll see how it goes. So real quick, that's where I got this special LED holding wax. I've never tried it before. At the beginning of the previous build, I think I showed off some of this. Maybe it was the beginning of this build. Let's take a little pinch of this sticky wax. It seems like a bit much. We'll try less. Less is more, they say, right? Take a little dollop of that. No, even less. There we go. And we're going to plop it on the end here. Ooh, this stuff is messy. I am super not liking this. I'm not convinced. Maybe like way less. Ugh, what? I got like stupid wax all over my fingers. Well, my idea was to take and use the wax to stick the ball. Okay, so that part of that worked. We do have the ball stuck on the end with the wax. But will the wax hold the ball? Is a whole other question. And yeah, I don't know. That I was hoping for a cool effect there. That is not the cool effect I was looking for. So I'm a little disappointed in that particular bead. But you know what? You know what? God, I'm already in overtime. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this nice. And I have a different bead right here. In my Boxo LED accoutrement. So let's see if this more opaque bead glows a little more. Not impressive. Not impressive. Clean up the end of this from that clip too. Get a little more light transference. Okay, so here's plan B at best. There's the bead. I think this one had a rough spot on it like that other one. Is that it? Okay, but what I'm going to try now is we're just going to throw a little bead of hot melt glue on the end here. Now that alone should create something interesting, right? I think that alone should lens up as it cools. Use that to stick this bead in place. And I don't think it's going to be a long-lasting bead right there. When it falls off, it'll leave the hot melt glue in an interesting kind of cup shape. So that's not as glowy as I had hoped, but the rest of it looks good. Let's just get all the wiring tucked away where it belongs. Pieces from the bottom. Okay, so now these are all base wire. We'll get those bent away. And I will do offline to tuck those in. So we're pretty much done here. Like this is it. This is our build. Man, this came out pretty cool. Wow, that is nice. We'll get some of this gun gunk off of here. He's not a cobwebby Crypt Lord or Skorpekh Lord. And let's turn down the lights. Oh yeah. Come on, camera. Focus. Give us that good focus. Give us that good focus. What do you think, guys? Is that badass or what? That came out so cool. Oh yeah. Let's go super macro desk mode. Desk macro with the Skorpekh Lord. Oh yeah. That is looking sick. Nice. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how the green LEDs came out. Pretty happy with this glowy effect. Well, you can see the red and the blue flashing. The blue is pretty dominant. Now that I see that, I might have considered even a solid red so that you would see the red glow when the blue isn't glowing. I mean, like, we're looking at it straight. You can barely see the red, only when I shade it from the blue. So I think the blue is too dominant to the red. So that's unfortunate. But a solid red would be nice because it would give that red glow when it wasn't flickering. Over here, this came out pretty nice. I am not as impressed with the side glow fiber optics. And Mario, I know you you recommended that I just use the file on the side. And so I think if I was using the hard style fiber optics, I would be able to go back and fix that. So that's probably a thing to consider for the future, or even a translucent rod, like a white rod might have been nice there. But we still get a little bit of an effect. I mean, you see it in the camera here. I mean, like that, certainly from a video perspective, you can see it, right? See that little bit of glow. But honestly, with the naked eye, I barely see it, and in daylight, you're not going to see it. And the same thing with that glow that I'm getting from the end of the gun. Like, you can see it here in the video, but in the tabletop in normal light, we would not get a chance to see that. But I am super happy with how the head and chest came out. Oh man, that is just some cool glow effect. Let's come back to our desk large. There we are. So everybody, I'll post up some pictures of that as well, so you can check it out. But here we are. We finished off our Skorpekh Lord. Yeah. And he is cool with the lighting, breathing lights in his eyes and chest. He's got the flashing effects on his weapon and the flickering power in his power fist. Very nice. Very nice. Well, everybody, we went a little overtime that time, but I think it was worth it to finish off the build of the Skorpekh Lord. Let me just lay him down so you can kind of flicker at the camera. There he is in my face cam. Oh yeah. Focus. He's coming to get you. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for joining me this week. In Your Phase Media, this has been John Feuerhelm building the Skorpekh Lord on our Wednesday hobby live stream. I hope you enjoyed this build. Join me next week as I begin planning and working on the Silent King. It should be an amazing build. I got a lot of plans for some pretty cool effects, multiple effects, plus that big base gives me something interesting to put a larger power supply in. So again, thank you for joining me this week. Without further ado, we will catch you all later.